Now that we've shown you the recessed sensor, we've also shown you some surface mount sensors. We're going to go ahead and move on to another very popular surface mount. Not quite as popular as the 5816 or the 5811, just because those are the two sensors most commonly sold in the kit when you're buying a brand new system. But if you're adding additional zones to your Lynx Touch L7000, or if you have specific doors or windows that would require a skinnier sensor, this is a 5820L Honeywell wireless Slimline door and window sensor. You can see, very different than the 5816 or the 5811, you have this nice skinny, long skinny style. It is a little bit deeper off the wall compared to the 5811, okay? But it is a nice option. So windows that have skinny frames, this is very popular because it sits nice and skinny. You've got your magnet in here in your baggie along with your mounting screws. And this magnet is very similar to the magnet used with the 5816. It's got a little bit nicer style, a little bit more rounded edges. The part number for this magnet is a 5899B, whereas the 5899 is the one used with the 5816. And I'm just going to open up this baggie to get to the magnet, and we're going to show you how to program a 5820L. With our magnet and our battery and our sensor, we have everything we need. This one, just like the 5818MNL that we just showed you, uses the AAA lithium battery. On the sensor, we have a little tab along one of the short edges, only on one edge, and we simply use our screwdriver to pop it. Pops the cover off. We can see inside the cover is where the circuitry is. We have our back plate, and we have our serial number on the back, alpha number followed by 7 digits. We also have a sticker on the inside, alpha number with 7 digits. We also have a serial number, a model number rather, 5820L right on this sticker. And you can see this white push button is our tamper switch. When this cover is on, this little piece of plastic holds down that switch. So just like most door and window sensors with the Honeywell 5800 series devices, it will indicate a tamper trouble. If someone's ever trying to pop your cover on your device to mess with your sensors, the panel would indicate that as a zone tamper alarm. Before we can program it, we need to have power to the device. So we have our battery, we have a positive and a negative on our battery, and we have a positive indication printed on the circuit board, which shows you that this side of the sensor is the positive terminal. We simply slide in the device, or slide in the battery to the device, and we close it up. There's a little hinge here which catches onto the inside latch there, and you snap it shut. Oh, and I caught my serial number sticker there a little bit, so I'm just gonna try that again. That sticker is important in case you ever have to change your system out and reprogram things. It's very important that you have that sticker available to program the sensor. While you can always do the auto enrollment, there are some cases where you would want to know the actual serial number sticker or the serial number from the sticker. So we're just going to close that back up so it didn't pinch onto that sticker. And we also have that sticker on the back. So now we have our sensor installed and powered, and we have our magnet. Just like with most 5800 series door and window sensors, there is one side of the sensor that will detect the magnet and one side that won't. So be careful when you're mounting. If you put it on this side, the device would never work. On this side, there's a hash mark and a hash mark, and that tells you, okay, the magnet needs to be in line with those two hash marks on that side. So mounting it this way, this way, this way will not work. Mounting it properly in between the hash marks, that's how your sensor will fault and operate properly. So now that we understand how that works, we can program our sensor. From the home screen, it's always security, more, tools, installer code 4112, and we're into program. Once we're into program, we go to zones, and we select the next available zone. If we do, we've shown you every other time that we hit the down arrow and select the next available zone and click edit, boom, edit. Another option, zones, add new, will take you to the next available zone. So in this case, it's taking us to our templated zone, which was front door. Out of the box, they have some of this stuff templated out, front and device type door, or if we default it all to new, now it's showing zone 2 is new instead of the default front door template. And again, if we do add new, it jumps and it grabs the next available zone, which happens to be zone 2 in this case. We do serial number, and just like with any device, we have two options. We key in the serial number, 0980737, done. In that case, we possibly could have put the wrong serial number, or we possibly could have seen, or we have not yet had the chance to verify the sensor is working. We would have to exit all the way to the home screen and then fault and make sure it works. So the better way to do it, clear this out, is to activate the device 3 times. So our door is closed, our magnets on our door, our sensors on our frame, and they're in line when the door is closed. As soon as you open the door, it faults. You do that again, faults twice, and then the third time you activate the zone, it learns in the serial number and the loop number. This time we know it worked because we didn't type it in, we just activated the device. It must be working. We know the serial number is right. We can of course verify that it is, and we know the loop number is right. On any device, in the install guide, for this one the install guide is actually inside the sensor. It'll tell you to use loop number 1, and that is the proper loop for the 5820L sensor. So from here, we want to do device type. On this case, we're going to use this on a window. So we're going to do window, and for most windows, while you can choose entry exit, with a window, you want it to be perimeter because you're not entering the house through a window, and therefore you should not need any time to open the window and then get to the panel. If the system is armed and the window's open, that should be an alarm event, and that should be an immediate alarm. So instead of just having it zone 2 window and having to remember that's our master bedroom window, what we can do is use zone descriptor 1
machine
and select the word master bedroom. When we hit the M button, it takes us to the first M word in the library.
maid
We can use the down arrow to cycle through
main
all of the different M words
maintenance
until we get to the one we want.
master
Now master is good, but we'd have to do master and a second word bedroom to have it say master bedroom. It also, you go one more,
master bedroom
they give you the option for master bedroom as a single word in zone descriptor 1. So now we have a nice clean master bedroom window when the zone is faulted. Alarm report should be yes. That would mean that it would send an alarm to the central station if you're monitored. You always want it to be yes. Otherwise, if this is properly programmed and there's an alarm, the siren will sound, the central station will not get the signal, and you'll wonder why no one's calling you. So this is an important feature to look at. By default, it's on, so just make sure that's on for all of your zones that you want to report. From there, you have chime. That's an option for you to say, do you want the system to give you an audible indication, either with a spoken word or just a beep, 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 when this zone is opened or violated or activated, also called a fault. So in the disarm state, when this zone is opened, do you want it to make a noise? If so, select your chime. As you toggle this option by clicking it, you can hear there are multiple different chime tones that the L7000 offers to you. We're going to stick with the standard chime. And then finally, supervised. Supervised, as we talk about with every device, should always be set to supervised, or rather supervision should be set to supervised. Any device that's set to supervised will be checked for every 12 hours. The panel will look every 12 hours and say, okay, zone 2, you're supervised, therefore I should be seeing you. I'm going to send out a signal to you, are you there? If you say yes, I'm there, everything's good, the zone is happy, the panel moves to the next program zone to check, hey, are you there? If any zone is not seen or not saying, yeah, I'm here, that throws up a supervision trouble on zone 2, RF supervision loss. That means that the panel, when it did its 12-hour check, did not see this device. That could be an indication of a range issue. This could be too far away from the panel, or it could be mounted in a way that there's something interfering the transmission back to the panel, or the sensor might have been destroyed and broken, and therefore the panel's not seeing it. So supervise is always recommended so that you don't have to be testing your devices daily, because this will check for every device every 12 hours. So you'll know in advance that a sensor has gone bad. With all that set, we save it. We have our master bedroom window. And to verify functionality, we come out to the home screen and we simulate our door opening.
Master bedroom window.
Magnet got pulled away from the sensor. It faulted and showed not ready to arm. It said the name of the zone, master bedroom window. If you click the serial number, you get the nice visual indication of the open window, and it shows you fault 2, master bedroom window. Putting the magnet back to the sensor, if you put it over here, it's still faulted. If you put it over here, it's still faulted. Well,
Master bedroom window.
technically, you're not supposed to put it on this side, but you could see, because of the strength of the magnets and the depth or the width of this sensor, sometimes it would work on this side. Doesn't mean you should install it that way though. Put it to this side, the fault clears automatically. No arming, disarming code was used to clear the fault. The only way to clear a fault is to bring the sensor back in line with the magnet, and we now have a working sensor. Fault,
Master bedroom
restore,
window.
fault,
Master bedroom window.
restore. The sensor works exactly as we expect. If we were to pop the cover on the sensor, we would get a tamper trouble. The tamper trouble is only cleared once the cover's back on, and then you key in a disarm. So a trouble is different than a fault. The fault is restored by the door closing. The tamper or the trouble is cleared once the trouble goes away, and then you disarm the system. So that's the programming of a 5820L wireless door and window slimline sensor.